Thanks for joining me. We're going to look at what's in the box for the board game Earth. I played this the other day. Fantastic game with my group. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed it, as did I. So let's start by looking at it on the outside of the box first of all. And look at that gorgeous, beautiful artwork they've got there, representing obviously a landscape in Earth, showing all the elements that you'll find in this game. And it's just really presented, and I'll bring it up close so you can see it firsthand. Look at that, lovely picture, beautifully rendered, shows motion there with the waterfalls, and that is just beautiful. And what a presence that will have on your game shelf as well. Let's look at the sides now. We'll start with the top side. I'll turn it around so you can see there. We've got Earth on that side. We've got volcanoes. It says 1 to 5 players, age 14 and above, 45 to 90 minutes. As always with my group, and it's probably just my group, we do take longer than the recommended times or average times that they say it will probably take. So just be aware of that. I always say double those times. Look at that side there. Again, a nice scenery. This time of a forest, so you can put it on your board game shelf that way up. And if we go to the underside, we can see there nice sunset over sand dunes. And finally, if you want to put it with this picture, this side up on your board game shelf, you can do that. Bit of Rocky Mountains, cactus in the foreground there. Flipping it over, let's have a look at the bottom. We can see there, as always, gives you a bit of an example, an idea of how the game is set up, with one of the game boards, the player boards as well, along the side here, and the components that you find there. Let's bring this up closer. You can pause that one to see the actual components. Let's get that in nicely that you'll find there, but we are going to open it up, have a look for ourselves, look at all the components that are in this great game, and highly recommend getting it. It is a slightly more complex game, so not necessarily recommend for groups that like easy games or have a lot of new gamers in them. Okay, we'll turn that over. You can hear all the rattling around. It has been opened, as I said before. All components still in the box. Let's open it up, flip it over. Oh, look at that. Don't get to see that every day. And you know I love this sort of thing where they put a bit of printing on the inside. And it says here for this one, thank you to all these amazing backers who supported us on day one of the Kickstarter. This is obviously a Kickstarter edition. I neglected to say that, but it's got all of their names written in there just on the base. I'll have a look for my friend who has donated or loaned me this game for this purpose, to see what's in the box. Down the bottom there, and thank you to the thousands of others who supported us throughout the rest of the campaign. Really nice touch there. I love that on the inside when they do that printing, as you know. Let's put the box cover over to one side. We start by looking at the game rules game book that is in this, and it does take up, you can see there, side to side of this box. So not a slightly smaller one which will fit in, so it just fits in nicely. And I haven't looked at this. It has a shiny gloss finish to it. You can see that there. Goes through everything you need to know to play the game. You can see there the setups that you can have there. Getting started, card information, so it goes through the different cards and how to interpret all the information. And I did say it was a bit of a complex game. You can see that by looking at that card there and seeing all the information that is on there. Obviously some flavor text as well, but yes, this does take a little bit in terms of I guess complexity to understand and play this game well. But it is a good game. I really enjoyed it. So look there, drawing cards, ecosystem cards, fauna cards as well. You've got island cards, climate cards, earth cards, examples of a turn. And I really do like it when they put the example of a turn in and they explain it. And it just allows you to understand that game a little bit more and all its nuances. ending the game, scoring and victory points. It has a solo mode as well for all you solo players out there, and a team mode, team 2 versus 2, which I did see when I was flipping through this before, and I realized that, I'll just bring it up here, you can see here, maybe team 1 and team 2. So there's a boardway, a board which allows for a 2v2 team mode setup. I'm going to put that over to one side. We have here on the top an achievement sheet. So win your first game, you can see there, and just you can either tick them off if you're a solo player, or put the person's name in, possibly photocopy this and have it for each player if you want. I could laminate it and mark it off with dry erase if you want to. They go win with under 140 victory points, win with over 300. All of these different little nice little ways of extending the game out and giving you something to aim for rather than just the win, which we all love. Won't deny that. Blank on the reverse side of that one. Let's put that over to one side. So we've got all of these sheets here. I'll probably leave them down. I'll bring them up close so you can sort of see. And this is part of the game. You can see here. And this is a player board. That's what it looks like. All the player boards, I think they're identical, except on the reverse side, when we look at them, they are different and have different things on the back. For different reasons, which would be explained, or will be explained, I hope, in this rules booklet. So there's one of the player boards with its reverse side. Here is another player board and its reverse side. Just a basic other player board, essentially, but it does have a bit of difference down the bottom here. Another player board and its reverse side, which has the team versus team mode on it. Another player board, its reverse side, this time just a nice picture. And I think this is the 5th and final player board with another nice picture on the reverse side of the player board. So those are the 5 player boards. We have here a board for scoring. And if we flip it over, slightly different variation on that scoring. So, as I said, this is from a Kickstarter, and we have all the inserts already assembled. I honestly don't know if you get these inserts with the Kickstarter, but they have been assembled. Let's have a look at some of the components that you can have, or you get in this. So first of all, these little pieces here represent the trunk of the tree as you grow the tree. So you'll get a piece, and then what you'll do is, I'll just get one so it's easier to see. We get a piece like that, and then because it's hollow on the underside, you stack them one on top of each other, which isn't that easy to see on my hand. Let's do it that way. So you can sort of see they are slightly tilted, so you can see stacking another one like that until you get to the top of the tree, and then what you do is you cap them with these pieces over here, different colors. And so you'll put that cap on, and that would represent a tree of height 4. So these are nice feeling pieces. I'm not too sure if they're plastic or wood. They look like they're wood, but honestly don't know. No, I think they're wood looking at the inside, but they could be plastic. Honestly can't say, but a lot of those pieces. Let's have a look at the different colors you get to cap the tops of the trees off. I think there are just the 4 colors that you can see there. We have these bits of black. Now these represent dirt, which are a form of currency, I guess, that allow you to plant the different trees. So that's the dirt token. That feels very much like wood to me. You get cubes, which you put on your cards. And if I pull just one cup, let's see if I can get the first card out. Does that have a place for cubes? No, that doesn't. Lots of cards back there. We'll get one later on. So lots of components there. You can see there and there as I'm pointing on your screen are the trunks, the tops, the green cubes, and the dirt. So plenty of space in the box for storage. I'll lift this out so you can sort of see how it's been assembled. I won't tip it too much on its side, but you can see how it's been assembled there at each end, and that's a very nice thing. You can see some unpunched stuff. Actually, what I might do So I'll take this off, and again, this is more the deluxe version. And these cards I'll just put up the top there, just out of view. So these punch boards are a bit superfluous, meaning that they're not needed because we have, as we can see here, green cubes there, so we don't need these green punch out bits there. Same with probably a first player token that you see there. Some other bits and bobs which obviously we didn't use in the game we played, and that might be relevant or relative to the actual game type that you play, because it does look like there are a few different game types that you can play. They are double-sided, as you can see there. These would represent the dirt piles, and you can see here 5 lots of dirt and 10 times dirt as well. Put that back down the bottom, put these two back here. You can see some tokens and some counters. You can see, again, because this is more of a Kickstarter deluxe version, we get this nice piece as our first player marker rather than just punching it out and tap that. It's almost like it's like a clay ceramic-y type of thing, but it's not, obviously, or I don't think it is anyway, but that is a nice upgrade to the first player marker that we can see there. Different picture that you can see there as well. You're quite welcome to use whatever tokens you want for a first player marker. Here we have a different one. I'm not too sure what part of the game that is for. Again, could be just a different first player marker. And if I bring these out, we will see these are each different players' tokens, which again you'll use within the game. Whoops, that one goes down there. You can see the nice colors, and they are double-sided, same on both sides. I'll put them back in their plastic bag. Now let's get on to the cards, the all-important cards. And with the last few games that I've had, there have been many cards in them. I'll put these back in here. And so normally if there aren't too many cards, I'll go through them briefly, but this definitely has a lot of cards, a plethora of cards in there. So I'll dedicate another unboxing video to this game to go through the cards more individually. It does come with a score pad. You can see here that's just been put down that side there, score pad. Plenty of pieces of paper for you to score, and that obviously was our score from our previous game we played the other night for the first time we played it. I'll put that one over there. You don't need to see the score. I'll tell you, I did not win. I did not win. Had fun though, had a lot of fun. So now I've removed that. It's going to make life difficult to get these cards out. If I bring those out, put them to one side, put my fingers in there, get those out as well, and I'll get the rest of those out, put them on the other side. So these are the cards that you get in the game. Now, these actually were over here with this other lot. So let's just go through these very brief. You can see the different cards we have. This is obviously a green card. It's a plant card. It has the leaf. It needs the dirt as normal to plant that. And this is of the mushroom variety. And you can see they have lovely artwork on them. And I didn't go through them all, but I went through enough to realize that all of these pictures are unique. So each card has a unique picture of the actual, in this case, mushroom or fungi, which is it's associated with. This card has all 4 different green card types. It has you can see there, the fungi, the leaf, the shrub, and the tree symbol there. So they are special. They require 8 dirt, which is the maximum you need to plant a card. I'm going to put those right there. We can see here a few different weather conditions and go through just a few of them: tornado, dust storm, water spout. You can see again, unique. Each card is unique. It's not replicated as far as I can tell. Fog, these are events. You can see the word event there. Hurricane, typhoon, mud pot, heat wave, and look, it just goes on and on and on. I'll skip forward now to these terrain cards. They have the terrain symbol. Here we go. We'll just look at these: tundra, blossoming lands, solidified magma, fallen sequoia, Badlands, Organic Soil, and again, these require soil tokens to plant those as well. Jungle, Grassland. So look, a big selection there of those types of cards to use as well. Put them down over that side. That will go over there. Score pad there. Let's go through some of these others which I've tipped upside down over here, and we'll go through all the different, well, not individually, but we'll look at just briefly the green cards again. So this has got the leaf motif. This would cost 7 soil to plant, and will give you 3 leaves. Now, leaves are the victory points in this game. You can see here these little boxes on this one. That is where our cubes go, and you put your cubes on there like that when it's on the table, and you use them for various purposes within the game. So again, all unique pictures in them. Let's see, Sacred Lotus. You can see the picture of the Sacred Lotus there. New Zealand flax, olive tree, giant bearded fig, wild syringa, dragon blood tree. So look, just a plethora of cards that you can see there. We've now gone from the leaf symbol into the tree symbol. I'm just pointing to there. And if we go through them, we now come into our fungi, mushroom symbols. Go through those, just lots and lots and lots of unique cards that you get with this game and in this game. Put that lot over there, and the last lot of your, I'll call them basic play cards, the ones which you have to collect and plant or put down on your play board. We've now got the shrubs here, and you can see asparagus is considered a shrub as far as, or low plant, I guess. Japanese Andromeda, Dahlia, Strangle Tar, Oleander, Winter Daphne. So that goes on and on and on. And I mean on and on in a good way. There are just so many of them represented. Back to our leaves, spearmints. So more grasses, I guess, than leaves. I'm not too sure what exactly it corresponds to. It does say in the rule book. So all of those. Let's have a look at some of these unique individual bundles we have here. So we have ecosystem cards here. Now, I don't recall using these in the game we played, but you can see again there, they've got special abilities down the bottom, and again, all unique artwork, and they are all unique. Yellowstone Caldera. So again, a lot of cards there, and as I said before, I'll dedicate another video to looking at these cards individually so you can get to see them. Here we have, looks like animals. Not as many of these cards, but again, just a really good selection to start off with. No doubt there will be expansions for this game coming up. Let's look at what we have here. We have island cards, so different islands. I think these actually might be for some expansions which are already out or that were gained in the Kickstarter that this was associated with. We see here some climate cards. Tundra, dry winter, subtropical, highland, bit of a mouthful that, but there you go, have a look at those. Again, not so many of those climate cards, and that would be apparent for when you play them in the appropriate game setup. Here we have some end game victory point cards. Again, we've got months of the year that are there. Again, I don't know how you add them into the game. They weren't in the game I played, but it looks really interesting, and I look forward to playing a game with those in it, seeing how they are used. And finally, solo mode, cards that you can see here: plant, water, grow, compost. And again, I look forward to maybe playing that, borrowing this game again from my friend, and just having a look at how that's played. So that is what you get in the box, the Kickstarter version of Earth. One last thing I will reach over and grab over here is a playmat that they got also. So it comes in here. It doesn't quite fit back nicely, as you can see. It just sticks out a little bit. I'm sure if it was rolled up perfectly, it'd be a whole lot better, but that's a nice bit of card for that to go in. So each person here can now have their own playmat. Let's have a look at some of these playmats. This is a selection of playmats that can be brought with these or bought with them. They are each of them different. They are on its side there, but I'll use it that way so you can see it on your screen. I might change them around also so you can see it. So that's that one. So there's one. Here is another one. They look really good. Good quality play mats as well. Dark on one side with a picture on the other. There's another one there, picture of a desert. That's a third one. Picture of surf or wave. And then our final one for the fifth player, some bright lights, southern or northern lights, depending on where you are. So that finishes up, it rounds off the look at what's in the box when you get, this is the Kickstarter version of Earth. It is a great game, highly recommend it. Please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit the bell notification if you want to see more unboxings in the future, or to see what is in the box if I've already played them or borrowed it from a friend who might have bought it. I can't afford all the games I'd like to, and that, as a lot of you will know, is the plight of the modern day board gamer. But I still love playing them, and I love showing you what's in the box so that you can get an idea if it's a game which might suit your play style, your group, you might want to buy it. A friend, please share the video if you have friends who might buy the games for your group so they can see themselves and you can discuss it between yourselves as well. As always, have fun, enjoy your board gaming, invite lots and lots of friends to play, and make sure it's a nice, happy, friendly atmosphere when you do that. I'm LeMonde, signing off. Thank you for joining me.